Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with another layout that I made at the crop that I went to back in April. And this is a page kit that had some scraps into the page kit. So the first thing I did is I decided on these 3 photos, and the decision of the photos was actually made while I was home. That was part of making the page kits. So when I get to sit down and work on these page kits while I'm at the crop, everything is in there. The photographs, the embellishments, the pattern papers. I even did my journaling before I went to the crop. So I made 30 page kits before I went to the crop, brought them with me, and ended up completing 21 layouts, which was pretty good. And I just enjoy making pages using page kits. It's almost like I don't even have to think about it. And if it's a layout that I have scraps like I do for this layout, then the page kind of puts itself together. Because I had that big pattern that was left over, the red tone-on-tone pattern paper, I just put my 3 photos right in a row. And because I'm doing a lot of photos from my trip, my recent trip that I did back in February, I want to put as many photos as I possibly can on each layout so that I can get quite a bit of pictures on each page. And then, as you saw, I brought my washi tapes that I had brought with me. And even though I had, if you see on my journaling little card there, I had the pluses washi tape that I had decided on, I did bring one extra in, and I really love this one here. It's black with some gold tones, and I put it right above the photos, right on top and the bottom, and it kind of puts a definition of where the photos end and where the pattern papers meet. And then I do end up putting another washi tape on that layout. Now, as you can tell, I kind of pulled up the washi tape and put the die cuts underneath and make a cluster right there. Now, this is the washi tape that I had put on that little recipe card, and I am going to use it. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, I get a lot of questions on that, but when I started the video, my nails were clear. And it's the type of nail polish that I have. It's a 2-tone nail polish. So when I'm having one of my heat flashes for this particular one here, my nail polish almost becomes transparent. It's like a cream. And then when I get cool again, or when I get cold, then it turns brown. It comes in several different shades, from pink to purple, from blue to purple, all different kinds of nail polish. And it is the kind that you need a UV light or a LED light to cure them. But I love this nail polish. It's so fun. There's one time that I can't remember where we were, but anyway, it was filling out papers for something, and all of a sudden the girl goes, "Wasn't your nails blue a minute ago?" And now they're purple. It's like, yeah, they change colors. So it is quite something that, a lot of people ask me about the nails because they notice, like sometimes it's funny how the heat flash or the hot flashes work. It's literally like I can feel it on one side of my body, and then it goes through my whole body. So let's say my left hand starts first, while my left hand will start changing color, but not my right hand, and then all of a sudden it'll just be half the nail. So it's some fun nail polish to have if you like to wear nail polish. And I do have all those nail polish linked in the Amazon link that's in the description box below. Okay, so while I'm playing with the embellishments and the placement of them, it's been, I think this is the second week. In 2 weeks, I've uploaded one video and it was on Wednesday. So just a little, little life update. I kind of went through my rotation where I was working and ended up getting the worst migraine that I've had probably in years. It ended up lasting 5 days, which normally a migraine will last 1 or 2 days that it's really bad, and then it turns into a headache, and then I might have a headache for a few days. But the migraine was persistent for days and days, and I was not sleeping. And you've suffered from migraines before, you know that the last thing that you're able to do is, talk or anything like that. So I just kind of decided to take, a week or so off. And then this week, I was, feeling better. But then because you spend, almost a week not being able to do anything, then all of a sudden, life is basically in chaos because you got to catch up on everything sort of life. So, your regular life things such as, laundry and cleaning up and all that stuff. So that's a lot of what I was catching up on this week. So I did end up putting up a video on Wednesday, which was a whip and chat. And this video right here, I was supposed to put it up yesterday, but we ended up picking up Mason. We have him for the entire weekend, and we ended up doing a lot of fun stuff with him yesterday. And by the time I realized it was like 11 o'clock last night, I'm like, oh, I forgot to, voice over the video and put it up on YouTube. So I know I don't normally put up a video on Saturday, but I decided to kind of get it done and get a video up. So I just thought I'd let you know that just sort of life kind of took over for a couple of weeks, but I am back. Now let's get back to this layout. As you saw, because of the photos and all the pattern papers, I didn't have a lot of room to do some journaling. But I mentioned at the beginning of the video that I had done journaling for every single page before I even left for the crop. So, where my journaling was already done, I wanted to have a spot that I did my journaling. So I took my card that I was going to use to do my journaling, I traced around it, and then I put some 3D foam all the way around the outline of the card. And now I'm just going to take a scrap of cardstock or pattern paper, just whatever I have on hand, and then I'm going to remove the backing of the 3D foam tape, and then I just cover it up, and by putting some foam tape all the way around the outline of the card, you kind of build a little shadow box. See, in this case, I decided to use some pattern paper, so I just grabbed whatever was available and I just make my little shadow box for my journaling card. And I always make it so that the journaling card is kind of popping up above your pattern paper so that people know that there's something to pull from the top of the layout. And then I try to put either a little tab or a little sticker, something that you can grab from the top of the card and pull it out. I love doing those little boxes either at the back of the layout like this, or sometimes if I wouldn't have had 3 photos side by side, I could have, build a little box from underneath the photos and made my journaling sort of hidden in behind the photos. I like doing that also. Now these photos were taken in St. Thomas, and as soon as we got off the ship, there was these huge iguanas just along the rocks as we were coming off the ship. And there was tons of people around the iguanas taking pictures because they were huge and they were gorgeous. So as soon as I did my little box for my journaling, I just grabbed my little journaling card, and then as you can tell, I used recipe cards to write down my journaling. And then once I get at the crop, all I have to do is copy. I don't have to think about what my journaling is going to be. I just copy exactly. I did end up using some tiny alphas to put directly on my journaling card, and then I still use that washi tape that I used above and below the photos and ended up also putting it on the card. A lot of times when I make separate journaling cards like that, I like to add a little bit of embellishments around the card. So one of the last things that I always love to add to my pages is some enamel dots. Usually when you see me adding the enamel dots, you know that that is going to be the end of the layout. And then I did use some rubber alphas, and I just did the title of St. Thomas, and that's it. That's going to complete this layout. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe if you're enjoying these videos. If you wouldn't mind, give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.